Hey squaddies, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening whenever you're listening or watching. Hello. Be sure to check out memberships. You can join if you're interested. You'll be in the company of equally amazing squaddies. And just like with all my information, I'll put the links inside the description box. Thanks. Hey squaddies, a quick note. I will have a little bit of the first day of Harry and Meghan's Nigerian visit on this podcast. I was actually already working on a podcast regarding Harry in London and for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus. So I will actually have a little bit of it after that story as well. So stay tuned for that. But the next podcast, which is most likely tomorrow, I will have the full detail of this beautiful Nigerian visit. Aren't they beautiful? Look at Meghan. Oh my God, I love her whole look. I love Harry's look as well. I love both their looks. Now let's get into this podcast. Prince Harry arrived to London for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. Of course, as you all know, the Invictus Games is an international multi-sport event for wounded, injured, and sick veterans and serving members of the armed forces. The name comes from the Latin word Invictus, which means unconquered or undefeated. On May 7th, the Duke of Sussex joined the panel during his trip to the UK for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. The discussion, which is called the IGF Conversation, Realizing a Global Community, is set to reflect on the global community of service personnel and their families that the Invictus Games has fostered since its inception a decade ago through the power of adaptive sports. Prince Harry, a former captain in the British Army who served 2 tours in Afghanistan, launched the Adaptive Sports Tournament for service personnel and veterans in 2014. The inaugural Invictus Games were held in London that September, and he traveled to the UK from his California home to celebrate the milestone anniversary. Reflecting on the past decade of the Invictus Games, the Duke of Sussex was asked if there was a magic moment from the event that made him smile.
That has to be the beginning, 2014,
Yeah.
in the Copper Box. I was at the DJ decks, trying to choose some of the music and put the lights on and just get people on their feet. And is Guy in the house? Guy Monson, are you here? No? Well, we're having dinner at his place later, so he'll definitely be there. But Guy basically never left his seat at the Copper Box. He was there the whole time, up and down doing Mexican waves. The whole thing was absolutely incredible. But it was that final game of USA versus UK, and it was just end to end. I think it was wheelchair rugby and wheelchair basketball. And that to me was the highlight, because you had 6,000 people who had filled this stadium and were on their feet, every age from 95 to 5, and people were just literally blown away by what they were watching. We had no idea what was going to happen.
I seem to remember you were sent to the sin bin, weren't you?
That was a separate game, but yes. Thanks thank you. That was your highlight then.
Clearly.
But look, for us, I think all of us, including Keith, despite that call of bringing him out of retirement, I think we've just had a huge amount of fun, and I think I personally have learned so much from all the people that I've met, as the children, the family, the friends, and the individuals themselves, and the amount of respect and admiration that I have for all of them just continues to build just year after year after year. And now we have these Invictus 1 year to go events as well, because to be honest with you, we can't wait 2 years. So it's just like whoever's going to host the next games, we're all going to be there 1 year ahead, and then at the games themselves. So yeah, the highlight for me is being in this community with all these people.
Harry mentioned that he first got the idea for the Invictus Games during a 2013 trip to the United States, where he attended the Department of Defense's Warrior Games. Sports was the magic word that I witnessed, he said. Having just come back from Afghanistan myself, seeing the wounded, injured, and sick, and seeing the effect this was having on all the families, the load on the defense and on the individuals and on the rehabilitation programs, there just wasn't enough being done. Upon his return to England, Harry decided he wanted to expand on the Warriors game model. It was still a fun the Americans and made bigger and better, as he described it. He reached out to Sir Keith Mills, an entrepreneur who helped organize the 2012 Olympic Games in London, and over a cup of tea, they decided to take on the project. He had this idea and not much else, frankly, Mills said of the early months of work on the game. It wasn't called the Invictus Games then. We had no money, we had no people. We just had a very good idea. Harry hopes new countries will join the event, and if funding allows, more competitors in each Invictus Games. We cap our competitors at 550 strong, he said. If there are people in this room who really want to come in with a big number of funding, then we could probably increase that. But then it means the games go beyond a week, and everything else starts becoming much longer and bigger. We fast forward to the day after when Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, was at the historic church for a special service celebrating the 10th anniversary of his initiative, the Invictus Games, which of course he founded in 2014, as I mentioned before. And even though his father didn't attend, his other family, the Spencers, showed up. And of course there was many supporters and fans who were just as happy to see him. It was just beautiful, and I was really happy for Harry regarding that. No, his family over there in the UK, he has family still, even though I'm sure he would have liked his dad to be there. I mean, we all know that Charles is a deadbeat, so it's no surprise, whatever. But it's really nice though that the Spencer family was there to show their support. I'm sure a lot of you got a little emotional when you saw that. Got a little watery-eyed, Yeah, I did, but I have some emotional situations going on in my life right now as well, though. So that's probably why I got really emotional when I saw that. But yeah, it was wonderful to see Harry, his mom's side of family there to support him, and yeah, it was lovely to see. I'm just so proud of Harry, and I'm also proud of all of the veterans and their families, and just all the sacrifices they made to make this beautiful and amazingly marvelous, incredible event as big as it is now. Like, the Invictus Games came a long way, and it's just so funny how it's like a complete circle. It always returns back to the United States, especially for Harry. He was invited, some of this from the Obama administration, to watch the Warriors game, and he got that idea from them and just made it into just something even bigger and just more huge from that. And that is absolutely beautiful. So way to go, Harry. And I didn't really want to talk about his the family, the welfare royals, his blood relatives over there with their out of touch garden parties. Like, are you kidding me? Like, no one gave a crap about that. So out of touch, so out of place, so just disgusting. Charles is, he's a deadbeat. I've mentioned this and pretty much all my podcasts about him. So I don't want to waste another breath on something as disgusting as him and his hybrid horse dog looking wife. And I don't want to talk about his disgusting brother or his invisible sister-in-law. Don't even know if she exists or not anymore. I just don't want to talk about them. So there. For me, it's so easy to cut off toxic people, whether they're family or they're friends or the people that you have known. Just if they mistreat you, just cut them off. That's what I do. But I'm pretty sure Harry, he has one in a relationship with his dad, I guess. He's the only living parent that he has, and I don't know. It's just not worth it, Harry. But I understand where you come from. He did something. Like he reached out. His dad just proves once again that he's a deadbeat. Anywho, but I am excited. So, moving past those welfare royal losers, I just want to focus more on like Harry and Meghan in Nigeria. That's a quick add-in regarding Harry and Meghan's first date in Nigeria. They're in the capital of Nigeria, which is Abuja. looking absolutely beautiful. The Capitol looks beautiful. It looks stunning based on like these pictures and also the video, which comes to no surprise. And it looked like they were welcomed warmly, which is wonderful to see. I love the dancing. I really hope that BBC doesn't do like a weird copyright thing. Anywho, I see that look at them, just look at that warm welcome. Like I want to be there with them, like clapping and moving and dancing as well. That's wonderful. It makes me it just warms my heart. Just look at Meghan. Look at her. Yeah, girl, 43%, 38% for me. Look at that. Anywho, yeah, this is wonderful, and just so happy just to see them, and they're there for the Invictus for business. Yeah, but why not also, embrace the gorgeous, rich culture and the beautiful atmospheres. I know it's hot as heck over there. I know some people like 90-degree weather, 90-degree Fahrenheit, I should say, which they're used to that, Harry and Meghan. They're in California. But yeah, everything just looks absolutely stunning. I'm going to talk more and more about this on the next podcast, but I just wanted to wanted you all to take a look at this, like. And Harry and Meghan, like, I know that they have a schedule on things, but I'm pretty sure that they have also stuff that's not on the schedule that we're going to see later on their Sussex website or the Archwell or the Invictus website, or social media. So stay tuned for that. All right, well, we're going to get right back into our scheduled program of this podcast, which since this is Friday now, this is today, so I guess we can just skip the whole Friday schedule since we're going to be getting a lot more anyway today, and we'll just focus on these beautiful pictures, and we'll get to what's going to be happening for Saturday and Sunday. I'm just speechless, okay? And part of my voice, I just woke up, so my voice still got that in it a little bit, but I was excited, okay, and I have the day off, I have the whole weekend off, so I have time to look at the amazing, beautiful pictures on social media, like on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or wherever else they post pictures, Tumblr. Like, shout out to all the social media squaddies out there. Well, I guess I'm a social media squaddie too, but you know what I mean, like, shout out to all the squaddies that's out there, that's releasing, that's sharing pictures with all of us. And look at the news, even the media, they're like so excited about Harry and Meghan as well. Like, okay, who wouldn't be? Like, they are the people's royal couple. So it's just, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy, so overjoyed to see this. And I'm going to talk more about this on the next podcast. So I want to end the podcast. So we're gonna, I guess since Friday already happened now, the schedule is currently going on right now. We're gonna see what else is in store for this beautiful, amazing visit in Nigeria. So they're there for business, as I mentioned before, but they're why not have a little fun? Like, what's wrong with that? So I hope that we get to see them have fun, enjoy themselves. And let's see what's in store for Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, the couple will attend a training session for the organization Nigeria Unconquered and a reception hosted by the Chief of Defense Staff in honor of military families. In the afternoon, Meghan will co-host an event of women in leadership when Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, I'm so sorry for messing up your name, ma'am. She is the Director General of the World Trade Organization. On Sunday, the Duke and Duchess will attend a basketball clinic with Giants of Africa, a cultural reception, and a polo fundraiser for Nigeria Unconquered. Monday, they will depart for home or wherever their next destination takes them. The visit to Nigeria will continue with the Invictus Games theme, highlighting the adaptive sports, competitive for wounded, injured, and sick service personnel and veterans, which Nigeria participated for the very first time at the latest cycle in Germany back in September 2023. And there you have it. Anywho, I am going to end this podcast here. So I did it on a good note. I actually feel a little better, even though my current situation is not, it's kind of sad. I mean, I will share what's going on, but I don't know. I feel kind of, it feels like I'm not going to share anything. Just got to be strong. And I'm just going to try my best to post as much content as possible to distract myself in the meantime. And oh my gosh, it's time for the What for Rose skits. Oh Lord. Anywho, hit it, Horse Miller.
This podcast is sponsored by Homest,
where the breeze will lead you onto the lap of your very own married middle-aged father of two. Buy it at your local Staff Fora or at an available Amazon storefront today. Hey, oh yes, the garden party was a success despite not having many of the media in attendance.
Tampon baby. Not only did Harry have the media, but he also had supporters of all ages there. The youngest of them were in their late teens to 20s.
I don't want to hear about it.
The Spencers were also there.
They were?
Yes, the Spencers all came. Seems as if they ignored your request to ignore Harry.
And those bloody vets were also there. I'll arrange a meeting for our veterans who don't deserve any praise since I'm the king.
And give them a holy smile when you step in the right angle.
Yes. Good idea, Camilla, darling. No spear would outshine me.
Oh, you made it here before I did.
What are you doing in my office?
To give you back Harold's leftover title. I don't want it.
The 1 month holiday isn't good enough for you?
I was offended that you would even give me such a peasant role.
Peasant role?
Never mind him, tampon baby. Where's Kate?
Go ask Harold.
So the separated room is all true.
Ho ho ho.
As sure as your cosmetic surgery is. I know a perfect surgeon for your bulging issue.
Use it for your nightmarish face. Watch it, boy.
Have you heard the insult she spewed at me?
She's my Camilla, darling. Whatever she wants, she shall have.
She's still one of the most hated in its family.
Meghan has that title.
Not even that woman can overshadow your wife.
Say that again, and I will make life unbearable for you. The media is my payroll.
I have some loyal backers in the media as well.
It must be tiring to be this miserable.
It must be tiring to be so jealous. I'm the most popular royal, and, well, Harold is within my shadows. Don't let him egg you on.
And Nigeria is excited to see Harold and that woman. What a pity to always be overshadowed by your sons.
Tampon, don't let him.
Yes, well, at least Nigeria somewhat likes me.
The corrupt ones, with their limited suitcases of funds.
Birds of a feather flock together. I'm sure you of all people understand that trait. Now, all of you, out of my office, at once.
And that's all for this podcast. And be sure to check out my Amazon storefront, where you can also make purchases there. Go ahead, try. And in the meantime, I hope that your days are filled with blue skies, sunshines, with positive vibes. I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Also, join a membership. I have the links inside the description box. My name is Deanna, and you are watching Thriving with the Narcissist. Talk to you soon.